Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Monday, December the 9th, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, the midterm elections are less than a year away, in fact, 11 months away, and both parties are obviously positioning themselves to make the best of the election. Historically, the president loses in his first midterm. It depends. It could be as high as 60. That happened to Obama, that happened to Clinton. It could be about 40. That happened to Trump. That happened to Reagan. That happened to the first Bush. So he's going to lose some seats. I mean, the president is going to lose some seats. And the House being as tight as it is, well, you could have a change in party pretty easily in a House divided by less than 10 seats. The Democrats went into 2020 thinking that all they had to do was talk about Trump. They're ending 2020 reconsidering that strategy. In fact, there's a lot of Democrats right now who are saying, let's stop talking about Trump, let's stop talking about January the 6th, and let's talk about gasoline prices or the economy, because that's what people are asking me about when I go back to the districts. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. The economy has become the number one issue in the country, especially the inflation. The inflation, I have a post that came out at the American Thinker over the weekend. I mean, the inflation is killing American families. The price of gasoline is breaking the back of the family budget. You know, when you're spending $3 a gallon, well, obviously that's going to leave you less money in the bank than you were when you were spending $2 a year ago. The inflation in other areas too is way out of control. And I just saw a report earlier today that it looks like inflation is going to get worse before it gets any better. And that's not going to be good news for the Democrats. So talking about Trump, talking about Trump, and talking about Trump, and talking about Trump, it's just not going to cut it. Because a lot of people are saying, okay, you've told me 10,000 times that you don't like Trump. Tell me what you're going to do about the price of oil and the price of gasoline. Another issue, too, that I think has hurt the Democrats a great deal is the situation on the border. I think that has really come back to hurt the Democrats. So the Democrats find themselves no longer running against Trump and running away from the record of President Joe Biden, a record again of high gasoline prices and total complete chaos on the border. Now, we saw some of that here recently when some reporter from a local channel asked Beto O'Rourke, who's running for the governor here in Texas. Beto O'Rourke got a question about Trump, and he said, look, we're not going to talk about Trump. We're not going to talk about Biden. We're going to talk about Texas. And I think you're going to hear that strategy more and more. In this article that came out in Politico, a Democrat congresswoman brought back that famous line from Tip O'Neill, I think it was, and the line was, all politics is local. Well, that's exactly right. All politics is local, especially when the president of your party is at 36% in the latest approval rating. So clearly the Democrats are trying to make something happen of what should be a very difficult year for them. And talking about Trump is just not cutting it. That's not getting them anywhere, except with the votes they already have. Or of course, they need the other votes if they want to keep the House and keep, or at least have a 50-50 Senate or something like that. Thank you for watching. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.